Hey Leo, welcome to your mid-May 2021 general reading. It's general, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You may get a little, you may get a lot. Be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and midheaven. But without further ado, I went ahead and pulled some cards here just to get us started. So first card we have here is lust, patience, quarrel. And then we have temperance card reversed, tower reversed, 5 of wands. So the first thing I got here is that I feel like there's something that's kind of boiling underneath the surface. Maybe you have a hunch about something and you're just kind of waiting to see what happens, right? I feel like some of you may anticipate some type of conflict, whether it's a conflict of interest, maybe figuring out the right time to say or communicate something here, because I feel like you don't want to be seen as being unreasonable or to show your hand too soon. But I feel like there's something for some of you having to do with an upcoming shift or change in your life. And I feel like some of you anticipate there being some type of, okay, well, when is the shoe gonna drop? It's like some of you kind of like maybe holding your tongue in certain instances, or feel like someone's withholding information from you, but you're not quite sure what that is. And so you may be sitting and waiting, trying to figure out, okay, well, when am I going to find this out? And for some of you, it may be driving you a little bit crazy, right? Which is causing you to perhaps project certain feelings onto people, or maybe you yourself are starting to feel some things just because, maybe starting to doubt yourself, or to make certain assumptions about yourself or the situation at hand. Maybe in certain feelings of lack, or that you're not worth something. And so that's not a really good place to be, Leo, right? But I feel like there's something here about you've got to change the way in which you've got to change what you believe you're going to receive here. I feel like, yes, there is going to be some type of situation where you might wonder who else is involved. I don't want to say like in terms of a relationship there's an affair, but I feel like either someone you're dealing with may be getting outside consult, or maybe getting some type of information or working with some type of expert or consultant on something. And that might be like, well, that's not fair. What about me? Aren't I enough? Do I know enough? Like, it could be things like that. So some of you may feel like you're getting passed over for an opportunity. Some of you may feel like you're being left out of certain decision-making processes. So whatever it is, I feel like it's for a reason, because someone actually wants to do something right. It's not about you doing something wrong, but it's like someone is trying to kind of make sure they feel good about whatever's going on, and I'm able to enter that space with a little bit more information. But the thing is here, if you get too much in your head, it's going to create a lot of friction when that time comes to have that conversation, or for you to collaborate with this other person and to set something in motion. So be really mindful about whatever energy you end up setting the situation up for, okay, Leo? So here, let me see what else we've got going on. I also feel like, you may have certain feelings of wanting to check in or poke or prod a little bit, but that may actually create a little bit more friction in the process, and might trigger the other person involved if they are doing something in order to get themselves into a comfortable place to make a decision or to get back to you on something, okay? So we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like for you, some of you might be saving certain resources and, investing for the future here. I feel like some of you are doing your best to plant seeds for the next 5 to 10 years of your life, Leo. And so that could be why the situation is carrying a lot of weight for you. I feel like maybe some of you feel like a lot of things are kind of like at the mercy of whatever happens next, or whenever this person gets back to you, whenever this conversation, this, I don't want to say confrontation is had. But I feel like there's something here about you taking this time to kind of rethink things, because I feel like part of it is this push and this drive to move forward, because I feel like part of it is also this chasing energy, this energy of seeking a certain amount of validation that, yeah, it can be good. It can fuel your ambition. It can keep you moving. It can keep you motivated to a certain extent. But in moments like this, where, perhaps you do have to take a pause, or things are at a bit of a, unknown stalemate, what are some of those emotions and those feelings and those thoughts that creep back in? Because that's ultimately what we end up running away from as we follow in pursuit of some dream or vision, right? But it's really those things that catch up with us that are the ultimate blocks to whatever it is that we are trying to move toward. Okay, so I feel like this is a moment of reflection to recognize what you're holding on to and what is stealing, those natural sources of wealth, being your health, your time, your mental space, your emotional space, all of that, and allowing you to put all of that into account, to kind of like double check your energetic bank account, so to speak. I also feel like for some of you, you could also be wanting to get a new car. Or you might be thinking about getting a new car. So I feel like it's kind of everyday kind of things that you're wanting to kind of switch over. It's like wanting to upgrade your life in some way. And it's like, I feel like part of it is maybe you just want the excitement of something changing. It's not necessarily that it's something that you need. It's just like, you just like the excitement of starting over, because it feels like all of those things that catch up with you are quiet in those moments. And it's like, no, they're just kind of covered up for the time being because you're distracted with something. Again, it's something about feelings of self-worth, feeling a certain amount of value. And it's like, you are valued, you are worthy. Why do you need the physical aspects of things to help define that for yourself, right, Leo? And it's like, it makes no sense. You're a Leo. People, it's like, yeah, but we're all human though. All right, so we have 3 of Cups, Page of Wands coming out, and the Judgment card in the reverse. So we have 3 of Cups, Page of Wands in the reverse, Judgment card in the reverse. And so let's see. Let me kind of spread these out a little bit more so I can look at them. Okay. Some of you may also have been a little bit separate from your friends for some time. I also feel like there's someone younger perhaps in your midst that may be hesitant to reach out to you, or is having something kind of going on at this time. And you want to be able to provide some type of space or advice for them. And what I'm getting here is that it may be necessary for you for some of you, because I'm just kind of getting this in, it may be necessary for some of you to be able to like sift out what's actually happening versus what they're telling you. Because I feel like for some of you, it's not all true information, right? So being able to turn on your BS detector in order to provide either the right advice, or the right to hold the right type of space for this person for a growth experience. If not, I feel like for some of you, this could be some inner child work and having to deal kind of with your inner child kind of when it throws a tantrum. Because when it does that, our adult self may feel tired or whiny or irritable or create conflict where there is none, like I was talking about before. And so it's necessary for you to check yourself. Either you're checking yourself or you're checking this person in some way. And I just feel like that's kind of where all the fire is going, is I don't want to say through conflict, but like conflict resolution, or even, I don't want to say the avoidance of conflict, but being able to minimize or de-escalate a situation before it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? That's what I'm kind of picking up here in short. And so, yeah, let me take a few moments here. Yeah, and I also feel like there's a, like, kind of like I was saying before, there's a holding on to material possessions as a means of self-valuation. And so, do you really want that to be something that defines you, Leo? Or is there something else that you could be doing that offers you a greater sense of satisfaction? So I feel here like it's up to you to carve out either like another kind of path or like space that's outside of your day to day, outside of you acquiring things, in order for you to get reoriented in your long term goals and projects and what you actually want to initiate. I feel like there's this energy of putting things off that isn't sustainable for you. And I also feel like for some of you, like you could be holding on to certain people or connections simply because they simply because they provide for you in some way. And I don't want to say like you're like mooching or there's like an energy leak here, but either it's you or someone else. It's like there's something here about some type of attachment, some type of connection here that's based in a certain amount of like laziness or like, what can I get out of this? And so just check that if that resonates, so you've had feelings about that, Leo. And just see what happens either when you withhold or if you're the one that's kind of, riding, I don't want to say riding coattails, but like kind of riding like sidekick on in some way, shape, or form. It's like, do you know where this person's going? Do you know, like, and why is that? Why are you attaching yourself to the space? Is it because it's easier for you, or is it because you're going in the same direction? I feel like that's more of the message here. So lots of things to think about here, Leo. I hope that this was helpful for you. If you'd like to book a one-on-one reading, have a more personalized experience, check the description box below for the link for that. Otherwise, I'll see you in June. Bye.